This session we will talk about how you can execute the embedded commands. Basically, an embedded commands is a method on how you can plant a thought in someone's mind without them knowing. Basically, we are doing this in a covert way. In our day-to-day communication, especially in our verbal communication, the wordplay that we have, why our language is so powerful is because in its ability to influence another person to think or feel or believe or to do certain things. What if I offer you a method, a technique, in fact a secret way in your day-to-day communication, you can input commands or messages that you want the other person to act on without them feeling being pushed on or being hard sell to or simply being rammed down their throat. So you can do this in a way without the other person realizing and to reduce their resistance when you are conveying your message. Wouldn't that be amazing? Okay, so let's get right to it. What are embedded commands? Basically, it's a combination of a resale phrase with a command word. So these are some of the examples that I like to offer you on how you can actually apply this. So let's say if there is something that you want to command the person or you want to tell the person, in order to reduce the resistance, here are a couple of my personal favorite. The first one, a person can. When you begin with the sentence with a person can does not denote the particular person that you speak to. So it takes the burden off their shoulders. So you're talking as if in a third party way, right? A person can do this. A person can do this or do that. A person can feel really excited talking to someone they like in a conversation. Don't you feel so? So a person can. What are some of the other examples? If you were to, again, this is very similar to imagine, where you invite your prospect or the person that you are talking to actually imagine the possibility, right? So this directly reduces the resistance. You do not say, you got to take this program, you got to sign up for this program. Instead, you tell them, if you were to be able to double your income simply by looking at your laptop from the comfort of your home, without hassle of employees' payroll, without hassle of clocking in and out, would you like to know more? Wouldn't this sound really exciting for you? Wouldn't this be something that is ideal for you to take part of? Would you not think that this is something that you should consider? Do you realize what just happened? First, you call the person to imagine. If you were to, after setting up the premise on what the person should imagine and think, and you presuppose the person to think about, then now you slip in the real message. The message is, you should consider this. This is the perfect fit of a program that you should sign up for. This is something that you should act upon now. But instead of telling the command straight away, you have put in something which we call the resale phrase, right? So again, this could be implemented in various situations. Just imagine this. If let's just say you are actually trying to strike up a deal, right? Then you could probably be saying something like, if we were able to increase your ROI on the advertising that you have spent on by 500%, just like what we did with another client of ours, would you not think your higher management would approve this? Would you not believe that your higher management would like to know more about this? Do you see what happens here? Again, we call a person to imagine, then you embed what is it that you want to say. Basically, it slip in. So the same thing with, this is in work, but what if you are talking with someone you like, it could be a relationship or things like that, where you want to invoke a certain feeling in them. The same practice applies. instead of telling them you will enjoy it, it's great, I'm good for you, instead of telling them that this is the place, we should travel together, we should really get a coffee or whatever is it, instead of saying that directly, you could help the person to imagine, right? After hearing what is it that they like or dislike, maybe the person that you are interested in is someone who is very busy at work, who is always frustrated, who always wants to have a getaway, but can't really bring herself to do so because she really wants to do her work. It could be something like this. Sam, imagine if today we are heading to the countryside, to this particular place, where you can have a spa, a relaxing weekend, just 2 days and 1 night, and you can come back to your work refreshed and energized. Don't you think that would be a great thing to do? Imagine if you come back refreshed and energized and more motivated than before. Don't you think your team would appreciate your renewed passion and zeal and energy that you can bring to the table and things like that? So the way you communicate it is amazing what you can do. So let us look further into this. You might find the more you listen to what I'm saying, the more you will find there is some truth in the embedded commands application. The more you ponder upon this offer, the more you will realize that it is actually quite a no-brainer deal, where you can spend a weekend at a discounted price and you can relax away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And you will realize that by the time you come back, all the heavy chips on your shoulder is stacked off, is pushed off. You feel relaxed. You have enough rest. You come back empowered. You have a better attitude. You have a shinier personality. You don't look so stressed. You don't look so fatigued. Would you not like some of it? Would you not like to feel more energized? Would you not love to feel younger than you are? Would you not want to be one of the cool kids in the parties? Would you not want to project an image of success? Would you not want to make more money without putting more work? Do you realize that for our life, everyday marketers, advertisers are using the same techniques to get into our minds? And right now, I give you this knowledge that you too can apply. Let's go on to the next one. I would like to invite you. What is so special about all these resale phrases is that they reduce the resistance. If I say something like, you should do this, you must do this, people tend to put up their barriers, right? Once they hear something that compels them, that commands them, automatically they're skeptic, automatically they raise their barriers. But when you say things like, imagine, when you say things like, a person can, the more you read this, the more I would like to invite you. I would like to invite you to experience our free massage package. I would like to invite you to experience our luxurious resort retreat. I would like to invite you to feel for yourself the benefits of yoga. I would like to encourage you to come and try out our authentic Sichuan home-cooked meals. I would like to invite you. Can you see the power in the language and the words that you actually choose can make or break whatever that you're trying to communicate? Because in communication, the first thing is that you must be able to build a connection. If the person is putting up barriers, if they are not listening to you, it doesn't matter how factual or how rational whatever that you are talking about, no one is listening to it. So the first thing you must do is you must seek to understand another person. Secondly, after knowing their buttons, you must communicate in a way that doesn't raise the barrier. In fact, you must lower them, you must invite them to imagine, to come over, to see it, to feel it, to realize it, to imagine what is it to be like in your shoes, to imagine what is it to be like to try out your products or services, to imagine what is it to be like to spend a day with you. And that's the offer that you're going to propose. A risk-free, enjoyable experience that once they do it, they will want more. That this is something that you encourage them, that you invite them to experience for themselves. So let's come back here. Reserve phrase plus command verb. A person can. If you were to, you might find. I would like to invite you. I would like to encourage you. Imagine. Another favorite of mine. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered what is it to be the most prized staff in your company, to be the most prized manager, to be an award-winning manager in your company? Have you ever wondered what is it like to be hitting your sales target month after month after month? Have you ever thought about what if you could just quit your job, leave everything behind and start a new life? Have you ever wondered what would it take for you to put down your ego, to put aside your excuses, and finally take action right now? Now is the time to do it. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? With this, that sums up our lesson for this week. I hope you go out there and try to construct more sentences and try to apply this in your day-to-day conversation. I'm sure you will smoothen out whatever that you are trying to communicate. This is Hugo Tan. I will see you next week.
You see some very honest participants here. Thank you. And how many of you would not raise your hands no matter what I say? You know what, huh? Okay. Yes, thank you everyone. This is Hugo here. A very good morning to Dr.